Welcome back. Yahoo Finance's Julie Hyman is back with us from the South by Southwest conference. And Julie, I understand you had you had the opportunity to catch up with the mayor of Austin. What'd you learn?
Well, I learned that Austin is growing enormously, in part because of the tech industry. We've had companies like Tesla come here, as well as companies like Oracle and Apple talk about moving folks here. So I talked with Mayor Adler about essentially his sales pitch and why so many people are coming to Austin.
I think people are coming here primarily because of the other people who are already here. I think people self-select to be in a place that they feel comfortable. So I think the lifestyle is key. I think the culture and the values we have here is key. It's the number of creatives and innovators that we have here across disciplines. So there's a community. Part of it is, in Austin, we say keep Austin weird. Mm-hmm. And you can buy it on a T-shirt or a coffee mug, and that means different things to different people. What that has always meant to me is that it's a recognition that the tolerance for taking risks is higher in Austin than any city I've been in the world. In most cities in the world, if you try something and it doesn't work out, if you fail, you don't get a second chance. You don't get capital a second time. You get punished for failing. This city is very different. This city encourages people to take risks, recognize that it's always not going to work out. This is a city where it's a safe place to think differently and to try new things. I think that environment, that culture attracts people. In addition to the fact that there's no income tax here, and it's just a beautiful city. I think the values that we have with respect to the environment, the work we're doing to end homelessness. I mean, those kinds of social programs, the position that we're taking relative to our governor and attorney general on transgender care. I think all those things attract people here.
Let's pick up on that last point just very quickly, just to make it clear to folks what your position is, because I know this is something that has been a topic here at the conference as well. So what is your message to businesses, to the people of Texas, to the residents of Austin, when it comes to some of the governor's recent moves, when it comes to sort of targeting parents of transgender children?
Austin is a safe place for everyone. And that includes transgender children and their families. I think the positions taken by our governor and our attorney general are horrific, and they are frightening, and they're ill-informed, and they don't represent who we are in this community. We just issued a proclamation I did last week, making very clear that Austin was a safe place, a welcoming place. We had our district attorney and our county attorney there pledging that there would be no prosecutions in Austin, Travis County, relative to this kind of directive taken by the governor. And we want everyone to know that.
So that's likely something also that's attractive to at least more socially liberal businesses. In addition to a lot of the startups that you're talking about who are attracted here, there are a lot of big businesses that like to take risks too. I think of Tesla, notably, as a company that's large but likes to take risks. I think of Apple. I think of Oracle that have opened or planning to open things here in the next several years. Tesla specifically, there was a report that Tesla CEO Elon Musk gave a tour to Labor Secretary Marty Walsh of the Tesla plant here. Were you there? And what can you tell us about that meeting? Because it's interesting, there had been a little bit of friction between Musk and the administration. So it's interesting there was this sort of olive branch, if you will, seemingly.
Well, I think coincidentally I was there. As a matter of fact, the plant is just absolutely amazing. I did get some time visiting with the Labor Secretary and with Elon. But then I left and they continued to meet, so I have no insights for you.
No insights, no anything. What's the next step for Tesla in Austin, and what's the importance of Tesla to Austin?
You know, Tesla is real important to this community, and we were excited to have them come here. It does manufacturing, but at its core, Tesla is a tech company. In our city, in Austin, we're lucky and blessed. We have an abundance of jobs that pay $150,000 a year. Our existential challenge is preserving the other people in our community, preserving the diversity that creates the friction, that creates the innovation, that creates the art and the experiences. In a city like Austin that is growing so rapidly, where affordability is becoming an ever greater challenge, our focus needs to be on preserving the people who live here. Tesla has an abundance of middle-skill jobs. These are tech jobs that don't require a 4-year degree. Some don't require a 2-year associate's degree. They require a certificate. So to have a big company coming in to help provide middle-skill jobs at scale is a huge thing for our community.
So Mayor Adler, talking about the growth of the city, talking about some of the frictions that happen when you have this enormous growth in a short period of time. And it's been interesting seeing some evidence of that on the ground here as well, you guys.
Julie, I know among many things you're doing down at the conference, you've also been following or tracking Uber drivers.
Well, whenever you come to a new place, right, or even in your own town, there's sort of the wisdom of taxi drivers, right, or Uber drivers in our modern era. And so it was interesting when I was, I took a taxi from the airport, and one of the first things that I was chatting with the driver about is he said everybody's moving here from California and pushing up the prices of homes. And indeed, also, we went into the neighborhood of East Austin, and it's really evident that there is gentrification that's happening there. You see an older house and then a number of new houses and then an older house. So you're sort of seeing it in process. Of course, it's South by Southwest, so it's a busy time, but the traffic has been heavy, and it's clear that the infrastructure here was not built for the current population. And one of the Uber drivers talked about how, yes, it's South by Southwest, but he said even on a regular Saturday night, you get that kind of traffic flow as well. So this is really, perhaps even more than any other city in America right now, the challenge for Austin is digesting this big growth in a way that does not push out the existing population, and that also makes it available to those middle-class workers or middle-skill workers who are coming in from Tesla and other companies, or local hires to those companies, that they're still going to be able to afford to live here. So it's definitely an interesting challenge for the mayor to have to tackle, although his term's about to end, so it'll be his successor's issue as well.
Julie, when are you coming back? Jared and I miss you.
Oh, thanks so much. I'll be back. I'm coming back tomorrow, but I will be back in the chair on Thursday.